Hi class, today I'd like to show you how to embed a YouTube video into your website. So here we are on the YouTube website and we can choose a video. I'm just going to scroll down, choose, just for an example, if you have your own video uploaded relevant to your site, you can use that, or another video relevant to your site. So here we are. I'm just going to pause this, not actually going to play it. So say for example, this is the video that I would like to use on my site. When we scroll down a little bit, you will find a button for share, named share. So it says share or embed this video, and it gives you two options. Number one, it will give you the URL to basically link back to YouTube itself where the video can play, or you can embed the video directly in your website. So if you were to choose this option, I'll choose this one first. We're actually going to be using the embed, but I'll just show you what both of them do. So if I were to take this URL, which is given to me, and say go over to my site. In this instance, say if this is my template that I'm working with, I would have to actually have some sort of either text that says link to video on YouTube, or a picture that links to the video on YouTube, and I would put that URL in the link here so that it has the URL, and then the video will play on YouTube site. So if I were to go, say if I wanted to add it just as an example, here, first paragraph, link to YouTube video. So this is my text, and if I were to highlight it and then put the link down here, the box, I'll show you this also in the split view. So if this is the text that I'm working with, this is where I highlighted over here the text, and I'm putting in the link. So there we go. That's the link URL to the video. Once again, if I were to leave the target as such, it would open in the same window. If I were to choose a blank window, then YouTube will open in a separate window, and so I don't have to get away from my site. So I'll do that option. I want it to open in a blank window. Once again, this is if I'm using the URL, making text or an image on my page to be a hyperlink to view the video on YouTube itself. So here, if I were to preview in browser, Safari, let me just save this index. So you'll see here I have this hyperlink that says link to YouTube video. If I click on it, it takes me to the video found on YouTube site. It doesn't actually play the video on my own site, it just links to this page here. So now if I wanted to actually embed the video onto my web page, there's also that option. So let me go back to the video that we have here. So this was the first thing that we did. Now I want to actually embed it. So I can click on embed right here. And what it does is that you'll see this HTML code. All you have to do is basically copy and paste this HTML iframe code into the spot where you want the video to appear on your website. So you see here it says, after making your selection, copy and paste the embed code above. The code changes based on your selection. So this here is what I want. There are some options down here which you can look through, but you can leave it as the default. So show suggested videos when the video finishes. These are just options for, you know, once your playback is finished, what do you want it to display. The other one I would say is use old embed code before it used to work with objects. So this might be good for, say, older browsers if the iframe is not supported in some of those browsers. You have that option as well. But you can leave this iframe code right here. So if I were to take this here and paste it into my web page or website, then it will actually embed the video. But before I do that, let me just show you a few more options we have down here in terms of the size of the video. So basically the size of the box for the video playback that would be embedded on your site. So you have a few default dimensions if you want to use, you know, the smaller one, the largest one that we have here, or you can do custom size. So if you know that, say a box that you have on your site is a certain width and you want the video to fit perfectly in that box, or to display at a certain size, you can just type in the width that you want and it will automatically give you the height. So on my site over here, let me show you this fictional site. If I want to choose a place on my site where I want the video to show up, so let's say I'll put it right after this paragraph here. So, okay, I don't need this non-breaking space. I will just, this will just identify where I am in the code view. So here I'm just going to put a little comment so I can find my place here. So I will put embed YouTube video begin. And I'm going to paste that code here. So remember, oops, oh, sorry, wrong one. I didn't actually copy it, so I still had the URL. What I'm looking for is the embed code, that iframe embed code. So going back to Chrome, I'm going to take this here. I need to copy this. And then when I go back to Dreamweaver, I'm going to paste that code here, not the URL. So here, once I do that, it should appear in my window over here, sorry, in my actual site. Now I just use the default one that they had, and you'll see that since I didn't actually change the dimensions, it doesn't necessarily fit in my design over here. This is a design template that I'm using just as an example. I'm just going to put the comment here. YouTube video and indicate where I am. Okay, so if I were to preview this in browser, I would preview it in Safari. Okay, let's try that again. Let's preview in Safari. Here we go. So now you'll see the video is on my page, and it's embedded and it plays directly on my page without having to go to YouTube like how this link does. Now you see with the default size, it passes my actual, the area in which I want it to appear. So I know that my width, say from here to the end of the text here, is roughly 500 pixels. So I can then, before embedding it on YouTube's site, change the dimensions here. So I want it to be 500 pixels wide. By default is 281. And you see here that this is where the dimensions are, width and height. So all it really does is it changes the width and the height over here, which instead of necessarily going back to YouTube to do this and to find this, you can always just do it directly in Dreamweaver. But this is just helpful to find the dimension of, say, the height if you know the width. So here, if I go back to Dreamweaver now, and I update that, should have copied it. Okay, so I'll just copy this. Or in the other case, just know the values for width and height, just change it directly in Dreamweaver. So I'm targeting the width and the height, which I could change, but I'm just going to paste over again. So width is 500 pixels, height is 281, so it makes it a little bit more snug to fit into this box. And when I preview it, there it is, and it plays directly in my site. Well, in this example, I just chose a video that has some sort of publishing limitations and no rights, so this is just an example. But you can use your own videos which you upload to YouTube, or a video that's relevant that you have rights to use on your site. So that's it for now for publishing and embedding a video in YouTube. Let me know if you have any questions.